Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. More leadership changes are happening on the campus of Texas A&M University. This afternoon, Dr. José Bermúdez, the Interim Dean for the College of Arts and Sciences, announced he is stepping aside from that role at the end of the month. This comes as the university continues to face criticism following Dr. Kathleen McElroy's decision not to accept the leadership role over the journalism program. News 3's Donnie Tuggle has been following the latest developments that have been happening in the last couple of hours. He's live in the News Center with more. Donnie?
Rusty, in this email to faculty and staff, Bermúdez says his decision to step down is the best thing he can do to preserve what he calls the great achievements accomplished over the last year and pledges his full support to his successor. Bermúdez's resignation as interim dean follows a month of ups and downs, primarily centered around the university's journalism program. Last month, the university held a signing ceremony and announced that veteran journalist Kathleen McElroy will be spearheading that program. Last week, she declined the offer after she says A&M System officials expressed issues with her work on race and diversity and her time spent working at the New York Times. Here's what she told me last week.
From what I understand, that my main problem is being a Black woman who'd been at the New York Times, which I like to go on the record and say I never hid.
Criticism of McElroy's past work comes just as the state banned DEI programs and hiring practices at public universities. Critics have accused those programs of pushing left-wing ideology onto students and faculty and say the programs prioritize social justice over merit and achievement. Prior to today's announcement, several organizations released statements expressing concerns about so-called outside influences on A&M's decision to change the contract first offered to McElroy. The Texas Legislative Black Caucus saying in part, the targeted attack on a highly regarded Black professor has shown the hand of how outspoken anti-DEI sentiments can discriminatorily infringe professional hiring procedures under the guise of meritocracy. But on the other hand is the Rudder Association, a group of former students who say their goal is to preserve the core values and culture of Texas A&M, and said they strongly advocate for stakeholders' influence in higher education. They say all citizens of Texas are stakeholders in public institutions and have not just a right, but a responsibility to engage on issues of such importance to our state and society. Bermúdez told us tonight he is returning to his faculty position in the philosophy department. His final day as interim dean is on the 31st. Rusty?
Donnie, thank you for that update, sir.